Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Melissa Crafter and I create custom epoxy free tumblers along with other crafts. In this week's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made this epoxy free vinyl stripe tumbler. To make this tumbler, I used Teckwrap vinyl and I sealed and glossed up my cup using Grand Finale from the Crystalac company. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process on how I made this cup. So if that is something that you're interested in, please continue watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do upload a new video every week. Thank you so much for watching. So jumping right into it, the type of cup that I'm using is a 20-ounce HOGG skinny tumbler from the stainlessdepotcompany.com. This is where I purchase all of my stainless steel tumblers because they have the best prices. I will put the direct link to their website down below in the video description. If you follow that link, you will get a $10 off coupon code for your first purchase of $75 or more. I did prep my tumbler by sanding and base painting it. I have a video on how I prep my stainless steel tumblers. I'll link that video down below in the video description. And I am working on an updated video on how I prep all types of cups when working with Crystalac products. I'll have that video out soon. So this cup in specific, I did already have 2 coats of Crystalac's Universal White on it. The paint that I'm using on top of this white base is this Coral Flippin' Awesome paint from the Crystalac company. This Coral Flippin' Awesome paint is part of Crystalac's Neon Flippin' Awesome paint set that was released not that long ago. After this clip, I'll show you each one of the neon paints in this set, which are all so bright and pigmented. The brush that I'm using is Crystalac's Blush Application Brush. I really love these brushes because they pick up the right amount of product and it distributes it perfectly. All the materials used in this video will be linked down below in the video description. Since I did already have a white base on this cup, I did only do 2 coats of this Neon Flippin' Awesome paint. After adding my Neon Flippin' Awesome paint, I did allow it to dry for 4 hours in between each coat. So here is what the Neon Flippin' Awesome paints look like on tumblers. As mentioned earlier, these colors are so bright and so pigmented. I'll link this set down below in the video description. Now that my cup is base painted, I'm going to go in with 1-inch painter's tape. I'm going to add my painter's tape from the top to the bottom of my cup. You do want to make sure to keep your tape as straight as you could. Don't be afraid to lift it and readjust it. This tape is going to act as our guide as to where we're going to add the vinyl and the glitter. So here I have my cup covered with the tape and I'm going to label it with a G and a V. The G standing for glitter and the V standing for vinyl. So here's the vinyl that I'm going to be using. It is Teckwrap's transparent Leopard holographic opal vinyl. This is definitely one of my favorite vinyls that Teckwrap offers on their website. If you're looking for quality vinyl, definitely check out the Teckwrap website. They have all type of vinyl from basic colors to specialty vinyl like this one. I do have a discount code with Teckwrap. You can use promo code MelissaCrafter10 at checkout for 10% off of your order. I'll put the Teckwrap website down below in the video description and I'll also put my discount code there. Here I have already cut out my vinyl using my Cricut Explore Air 2. I did cut these out using the holographic vinyl cut setting. The dimensions that I use for these thicker stripes that I'm going to be adding to my cup was 10 inches for the width and 1 inch for the height. I'm going to go in with my Teckwrap weeding pen and weed out the stripes. So here I'm going to start replacing my painter's tape that's labeled with a V for vinyl with my vinyl stripes. Since the vinyl stripes are the same size as the painter's tape, they're going to fit perfectly in this spot here. You can use the painter's tape up at the top and bottom of each spot here to kind of guide you as to where you should place your vinyl stripes. If you notice that your vinyl stripe isn't going on straight, you can always lift it and readjust it. The vinyl stripes are a little bit big lengthwise, so I'm just going to cut the excess using an X-Acto knife. So here I'm going to be repeating the same steps, removing my V-labeled painter's tape and adding on my vinyl stripes. Since this vinyl is transparent, you'll be able to see the coral base paint underneath. I'm using this little piece of painter's tape to act as my guide as to where I want to start my vinyl stripe at, just so that my vinyl stripe will start and end on the same spot as my previous vinyl stripe. Now that I have my vinyl on my cup, I'm now going to glitter it. I'm going to glitter my cup where we have the painter's tape labeled with a G for glitter. To glitter my cup, I'm going to be using Crystalacs glitter glue. The brush that I'm going to be using is a flat Taklon brush from Amazon. The glitter I'm going to be using is Sun Coral from the Glitter Guy. So now going in and removing those G labeled painter's tape, and I'm going to be adding glitter on those spots. So now going in with my glitter glue and my flat Taklon brush, I'm going to add glitter glue to this first area here. You do want to be sure to spread out your glitter glue evenly without any streaks. After adding my glitter glue, I'm going to go in and add my glitter. So now I'm going to repeat these same steps, removing those G labeled painter's tape and adding my glitter glue along with my glitter. After adding my glitter, I'm going to allow this to dry for 2 hours. So now that my coat of glitter has dried, I'm going to go in and seal my glitter using Crystalacs glitter glue as well. The purpose of sealing my glitter is so that when I go to add my top coat, I won't have any glitter moving around. The brush I'm going to be using is a Wet n Wild makeup brush from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to go in and add some glitter glue on top of those areas where I have my glitter. To make sure that my glitter is well sealed, I'm going to do 2 coats of my glitter glue on top of my glitter, waiting 2 hours in between each coat. So now I'm going to go in with Grand Finale from the Crystalac company as my top coat to gloss up my cup. Grand Finale does come ready to use. This is the newer epoxy-free top coat that Crystalac offers on their website. Just like Bright Tone, this is a non-toxic water-based top coat. Also, just like with Bright Tone, you can use Grand Finale from start to finish to gloss up your tumbler. Grand Finale does have a 2-hour dry time, which is great compared to the 4-hour dry time of Bright Tone. I'm going to link Grand Finale down below in the video description. Given that Grand Finale is a new product, definitely drop any questions that you might have about Grand Finale down in the comments, or you can also reach out to me on Instagram if you have any specific questions. Before every coat of Grand Finale, you do want to be sure to mix up your product really well. So this here is going to be my first coat of Grand Finale. Grand Finale is thicker than Bright Tone and it also dries quicker. So the way that I like to apply it is I apply a line of Grand Finale from top to bottom on my tumbler and I spread it out evenly using my hand. I then add another line on my tumbler from top to bottom on the other side and spread it out evenly on that side as well. I do like to use my whole hand when doing this. You can use a brush if you're not comfortable with using your hand, but it's totally safe to use your hand since it is a water-based non-toxic top coat. If I feel that it needs a little bit more in a certain area, I just go in and add a little bit more. You want to add just enough to where your entire tumbler is covered. Since this is my first coat, it's going to take a little bit more since the glitter will soak up a lot of the product. After applying my coat of Grand Finale, I'm going to allow this to dry for 2 hours. I'm going to continue to coat my cup every 2 hours until I have about 3 to 4 coats of Grand Finale on my cup. After my 4th coat of Grand Finale, I'm going to sand my cup using 400 grit sanding paper. The purpose of sanding is to help smoothen out your tumbler. After sanding my cup, I'm going to wipe it down using a lint-free cloth. So here I have my cup back on my turner and I'm going to continue coating my cup with Grand Finale until my cup is completely smooth and I can no longer feel my glitter. I'm going to first mix up my Grand Finale. So now I'm going to go in and add my line of Grand Finale on my cup from top to bottom and spread it out evenly, and then add a second line from top to bottom on my cup and spread that out evenly as well. For my 20-ounce tumblers, I can get it completely covered with Grand Finale with 2 lines of the product from top to bottom on my cup, and then just using my hand spreading it out evenly. As I mentioned earlier, Grand Finale does dry quicker than Bright Tone, so you want to add your coat quickly and walk away, allowing it to self-level. After adding my coat, I'm going to allow this to dry for 2 hours, and I'm going to continue coating as mentioned earlier until my cup is completely smooth and I can no longer feel my glitter. Now that my cup is completely smooth, I'm going to be adding these vinyl stripes along where I added my other vinyl to sort of outline it. I cut these out using my Cricut Explore Air 2. The vinyl that I used for these were Teckwrap's Holographic vinyl in the color silver and also Teckwrap's Glossy vinyl in the color white. The dimensions that I used for the holographic vinyl stripes was 11 for the width and 0.08 for the height. The dimensions that I used for the white vinyl stripes was 11 for the width and 0.15 for the height. So now I'm going to begin to add my vinyl stripes onto my cup. I'm adding these along the leopard vinyl. I'm going to first add the white vinyl stripes. I have my cup here on my cup cradle that I made here just to keep my cup in place. I'm adding my stripes here as straight as possible. If I do notice that it's not going on straight, you can easily lift it up and readjust it. I did cut my vinyl stripes a little bit bigger for the width, so I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and just cutting it along to remove the excess. I'm going to repeat this and add the remaining white vinyl stripes. I'm now going to take my thinner holographic stripes and I'm going to add them on top of my white stripes. So now that I have all of my vinyl stripes on my cup, I'm going to now continue coating my cup with Grand Finale until I am satisfied with the gloss finish. Every coat of Grand Finale is added the same. I'm going in with my line of Grand Finale on my cup from top to bottom and then spreading that out evenly. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a second line of Grand Finale on my cup from top to bottom and spread that out evenly as well. You want to add just enough to where your cup is completely covered. As I mentioned earlier, Grand Finale does dry quick, so you want to make sure to add your coat quickly and walk away, allowing it to self-level. After adding my coat of Grand Finale, I'm going to allow this to dry for 2 hours, and then I'm going to continue coating my cup every 2 hours with Grand Finale until I am satisfied with the gloss finish. And here is how my cup turned out. That is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do upload a new video every week. Also, if you aren't following me on Instagram, go ahead and give me a follow. I do post on there daily. My Instagram name is melissacrafter00. Thank you so much for watching.